Assalamu alaikum. Hello, my dears. This is Hadir Said speaking. Welcome to English 2 for Computer Science, first year, first semester, academic year 2021. Today we're having part 1, chapter 2 and 3, which talks about people in information system and information systems development. We're gonna start with career paths in information system. If you open your book with me, it's in page 15. Okay. What career paths in information systems talk about? These job descriptions do not represent all possible jobs within an information systems organization. Larger organizations will have more specialized roles. Smaller organizations may combine some of these roles. Many of these roles may exist outside of a traditional information system organization. يعني إيه المسارات الوظيفية في نظم المعلومات؟ إن المسميات الوظيفية دي لا تشمل جميع الوظائف الموجودة أو المتاحة في منظمة نظم المعلومات. في منها منظمات كبيرة ومنظمات صغيرة. المنظمات الكبيرة بتشمل مجموعة من المنظمات الصغيرة ويجتمعوا مع بعض لعمل بعض الأدوار لخدمة المنظمة الأكبر. Next, we have working with information systems can be a rewarding career choice, whether you want to be involved in very technical jobs such as programmer and database administrator, or you want to be involved in working with people such as systems analyst, trainer. There are many different career paths available. يعني يمكن أن يكون العمل مع أنظمة المعلومات اختيارا مجزيا سواء أن كنت ترغب في المشاركة بالوظائف التقنية اللي هي technical jobs اللي هي such as programmer و database administrator، أو المشاركة في العمل مع الأشخاص اللي هي working with people such as system analyst or trainer. And we have the last point talks about certifications or designations given by a certifying body that someone has a specific level of knowledge in a specific technology. This certifying body is often the vendor of the product itself. معنى الكلام ده أن الشهادات هي مسميات تمنح من هيئة معينة تشهد أن شخصا ما لديه مستوى معين من المعرفة في مجال معين، زي أو مثل شهادات سيسكو ومايكروسوفت. Next, we're going to talk about information system users, types of users، مستخدمي نظم المعلومات أو أنواع المستخدمين. أول حاجة عندنا ال innovators اللي هم المبتكرون are the first individuals to adopt a new technology. Innovators are willing to take risk, are the youngest in age, have the highest social class, have great financial liquidity, are very social, and have the closest contact with specific scientific sources and interaction with other innovators. معنى الكلام ده أن المبتكرون دول هم أول أشخاص يتبنون تكنولوجيا جديدة. من صفات الفئة دي أول حاجة إنهم بيجازفوا عندهم سيولة مالية كبيرة واجتماعيين وذات صلة وتفاعل مع المبتكرين الآخرين. تاني نقطة early adopters اللي هم الأوائل are those who adopt innovation after a technology has been introduced and proven, have the highest degree of opinion leadership among the other adapter categories, which means that they can influence the opinions of the largest majority. They are typically younger in age, have higher social status, more financial liquidity, more advanced education, and are more socially aware than later adopters. يعني الأوائل دول هم أول ناس يتبنون الابتكار في أي تكنولوجيا جديدة، من صفاتهم إنهم أشخاص قياديين وبيأثروا على آراء الأغلبية، وأكثر الفئات تعليم وأكثرهم وعي. تالت نقطة عندنا early majority، الأغلبية الأوائل أو الأغلبية المبكرة. Adopt an innovation after a varying degree of time. This time of adoption is significantly. Uh, Significantly means it's the same meaning of extremely longer. So you could say extremely longer than the innovators and early adopters. This group tends to be slower in the adoption process, has above average social status, has contact with early adopters, and seldom holds positions of opinion leadership in a system. بتمثل هذه المجموعة إلى التبني بعملية بطيئة، ولهم وضع اجتماعي فوق المتوسط، ومن النادر إنهم بيمسكوا مناصب قيادية. ورابع نقطة بتتكلم عن الليت majority اللي هي الأغلبية الأواخر أو الأغلبية المتأخرة. will adopt an innovation after the average member of the society, approach an innovation with a high degree of skepticism, have below average social status, very little financial liquidity, are in contact with others in the late majority and the early majority, and show very little opinion leadership. الأغلبية الأواخر دول هم مجموعة يتبنون الابتكار، وابتكارهم ده بيبقى في درجة عالية من التشكك، ويتمتعوا بمركز اجتماعي أقل من المتوسط وسيولة مالية قليلة، ولديهم عندهم صفات قيادية أقل. And we have the last point, which is point number 5. Laggards اللي هم المتخاذلين are the last to adopt an innovation. Unlike those in the previous categories, show no opinion leadership, typically have an aversion to change agents and tend to be advanced in age. Laggards typically tend to be focused on traditions, are likely to have the lowest social status and the lowest financial liquidity, be oldest of all other adapters, and be in contact with only family and close friends. يعني اللاجردز دول أو المتخاذلين دول هم آخر من يتبنون الابتكار على عكس الفئات السابقة. ليس لديهم صفات قيادية، أدناهم مكانة اجتماعية، وأقلهم سيولة مالية. Next, we have organizing the information systems function، هي تنظيم وظيفة نظم المعلومات. The first point says the information systems function was centralized within organizations in order to maximize control over computing resources. يعني تنظيم وظيفة نظم المعلومات دي هي التحكم على الموارد الحاسوبية. Point number 2, these departmental IS groups were dedicated to the information needs of their own departments, providing quicker turnaround and higher levels of service than a centralized IT department. تاني نقطة دي بتتكلم على تلبية الاحتياجات لكل إدارة، مما يوفر تحولا أسرع وخدمة أعلى. The third point, the advantages of dedicated IS personnel for each department are weighted against the need for more control over the strategic information resources of the company. زي ما هي مكتوبة هنا يتم الموازنة بين مزايا موظفي نظام المعلومات المخصصين لكل قسم والحاجة لمزيد من التحكم في موارد المعلومات الاستراتيجية للشركة. The last point we're going to take in chapter 2 it's outsourcing اللي هي الاستعانة بمصادر خارجية. Outsourcing can be used in many different situations within the information system function, such as the design and creation of a new website or the upgrade of an ERP system. Some organizations see outsourcing as a cost-cutting move, contracting out a whole group or department. معنى الأوتسورسينج إن هي عبارة عن شركة أو مجموعة بتستعين بمصادر خارجية في مواقف مختلفة لعدة أغراض من ضمنها تخفيض التكاليف. كده نكون خلصنا chapter 2. أخدنا في chapter 2 خلينا نقول إحنا أخدنا career paths in information systems. أخدنا organizing the information system function. أخدنا outsourcing. The last thing we took was information systems users with types of users. كده هندخل في chapter 3. chapter 3 هنا بتكلم على information systems development. The first thing we're going to take in chapter 3 is programming اللي هي البرمجة. Programming is the process of creating a set of logical instructions for a digital device to follow using a programming language. The process of programming is sometimes called coding because the syntax of a programming language is not in a form that everyone can understand. It is in code. بيقول هنا إن البرمجة دي هي عملية إنشاء مجموعة من التعليمات لجهاز رقمي باستخدام لغة معينة تسمى لغة البرمجة، والبرمجة دي تسمى في بعض الأحيان بالكودينج. ليه بتتسمى كودينج؟ لأن طريقة كتابة لغة البرمجة غير متاح للجميع فهمه. The second part is systems development life cycle اللي هي دورة حياة تطوير النظام. It is a very structured and risk-averse methodology designed to manage large projects that include multiple programmers and systems that would have a large impact on the organization. معنى الكلام ده إن هي منهجية مصممة لإدارة المشاريع الكبيرة تشمل مبرمجين ونظم متعددة من شأنها التأثير على المنظمة. دورة حياة تطوير النظام اللي هي SDLC ديت لها عدة أوجه. أول حاجة is preliminary analysis اللي هو التحليل الأولي. A key part of this step is a feasibility analysis, which includes an analysis of the technical feasibility. This step is important in determining if the project should even get started. تحليل أولي هي خطوة مهمة لتحديد ضرورة البدء في المشروع وتضمن تحليل تقني. Number 2 we have system analysis اللي هو تحليل النظام. One or more system analysts work with different stakeholders groups to determine the specific requirements for the new system. No programming is done in this step. Instead, procedures are documented, key players are interviewed, and data requirements are developed in order to get an overall a picture of exactly what the system is supposed to do. The result of this phase is system requirements documents. تحليل النظام ده هي مرحلة يتم تسويق الإجراءات ومتطلبات النظام من أجل الحصول على صورة شاملة لما يفترض أن يقوم به وتسمى وثيقة النظام. We have number 3 system design وتصميم النظام. A designer takes the system requirements document created in the previous phase and develops the specific technical details required for the system. The design for the user interface, database, data inputs and outputs, and reporting are developed here. The result of this phase is a system design document. في تصميم النظام في هذه المرحلة يأخذ المصمم وثيقة متطلبات النظام ويطور التفاصيل التقنية ويوضح هنا تصميم واجهة المستخدم وقاعدة البيانات. نتيجة هذه المرحلة تسمى وثيقة تصميم النظام. Number 4 is programming اللي هي برمجة. The code finally gets written in the programming phase using the system design documents as a guide. A programmer or team of programmers develop the program. The result of this phase is an initial working program that meets the requirements laid out in the system analysis phase and the design developed in the system design phase. في هذه المرحلة يقوم المبرمج بتطوير البرنامج باستخدام وثيقة تصميم النظام. نتيجة هذه المرحلة هو برنامج عمل أولي يلبي المتطلبات المطلوبة في مرحلة تحليل النظام والتصميم الذي يتم أو تم تطويره في مرحلة تصميم النظام. Number 5 testing الاختبارات. The software program developed in the previous phase is put through a series of structured tests. The first is a unit test, which tests individual parts of the code for error or bugs. Next, in a system test, where the different components of the system are tested to ensure that they work together properly. Finally, the user acceptance test allows those that will be using the software to test the system to ensure that it meets their standards. هنا بيقول إن الاختبارات في هذه المرحلة يتم اختيار المكونات المختلفة للنظام بضمان إنها تعمل بشكل صحيح. Number 6 is implementation التنفيذ. Once the new system is developed and tested, it has to be implemented in the organization. This phase includes training the users, providing documentation and conversion from any previous system to the new system. Implementation can take many forms depending on the types of system, the number and type of users. في هذه المرحلة بمجرد تطوير النظام واختباره يجب التنفيذ. ازاي بقى بننفذ؟ طبعا له طرق كثيرة للتنفيذ معتمد على نوع النظام وعدد المستخدمين ونوع المستخدمين. Number 7, the last one is maintenance. صيانة. This final phase takes place once the implementation phase is complete. The system has structured support process in place. Reported bugs are fixed and requests for new features are evaluated and implemented. System updates and backups are performed on a regular basis. بمجرد اكتمال مرحلة التنفيذ يتم تثبيت الأخطاء المبلغ عنها وتقييم طلبات الحصول على خصائص جديدة وتنفيذها. يتم في هذه المرحلة تحديث النظام والنسخ الاحتياطية على أساس منتظم. Now we have the third part in chapter 3, which is called Rapid Application Development اللي هو التطوير السريع للتطبيق. Rapid Application Development is a software development for system development methodology that focuses on quickly building a working model of the software. يعني هي أو هو منهجية تطوير البرمجيات أو تطوير الأنظمة تركز تطوير السريع للتطبيقات على بناء نموذج عمل البرنامج بسرعة. عندنا ال RAD methodology consists of 4 phases. number 1 requirements planning تخطيط المتطلبات user design تصميم المستخدم construction بناء cutover النقلة. The last point we're going to take in chapter 3 is called Agile mythology. Mythologies. Agile mythologies are a group of mythologies that utilize incremental changes with a focus on quality and attention to detail. Each increment is released in a specific period of time, called a time box, creating a regular release schedule with very specific objectives. While considered a separate mythology from RAD, they share some of the same principles: iterative development, user interaction, ability to change. معنى ده أن المنهجيات المرنة هي مجموعة من المنهجيات التي تستخدم التغيرات التدريجية مع التركيز على جودة الاهتمام والتفاصيل. And the last sentence here says the goal of the Agile methodologies is to provide the flexibility of an iterative approach while ensuring a quality product. يعني الهدف من المنهجيات المرنة هو توفير مرونة النهج التكراري مع ضمان جودة المنتج. Now we're done with this part. خلصنا الجزء ده كده. في chapter 3 هندخل على شوية أسئلة true and false. نقرأهم كده مع بعض. Number 1, certifications are designations given by a certifying body that someone has a specific level of knowledge in a specific technology. That's true. ده الجزء اللي احنا أخدناه في certifications. Number 2, we have 2 examples of career paths in information system, technical track and management track. ده برضو true. ده الجزء أول جزء أخدناه في chapter 2 الرسمة كان فيها technical tracks and management tracks. Number 3, working with information systems can be a rewarding career choice, being involved in very technical jobs, system analyst, trainer, or be involved with working with people, programmer, database administrator. That's false because we have involved in very technical jobs. Technical jobs ديت فيها programmer, database administrator. We involved in working with people ديت العكس هناخدها مع systems analyst و trainer. يعني هنا عكسها. Number 4, the information system function was centralized within organizations in order to minimize control over computing resources. It's false because it's not minimized, it's maximized within organizations in order to maximize control over computing resources. Number 5, early majority are those who adopt innovation after a technology has been introduced and دي غلط. هتبقى مش ال early majority، هتبقى ال early adapters. نشوف الباقي. Number 6, late majority will adopt an innovation after the average member of the society. True. Number 7, laggards are the last to adopt an innovation. True. احنا كنا أخدنا ال innovators وأخدنا ال early adapters وال early majority وال late majority وآخر حاجة كانت laggards. Okay. Number 8, programming is the process of creating a set of logical instructions for a digital device to follow using a programming language. The true, the تعريف programming. Testing. Number 9, testing is one of the RAD phases. false testing كان من ال SDLC methodologies أو ال SDLC phases. I'm sorry. خلينا نعيد الفيسز بتاعة ال SDLC. number 1 كانت preliminary analysis. number 2 system analysis. 3 system design. 4 programming. 5 testing. 6 implementations. 7 maintenance. Number 10, the last question, implementation. This phase includes training the users, providing documentation and conversion from any previous system to the new system. This one, I'm sorry, it's wrong. Number 10 هتبقى true مش false. Implementation, this phase includes training the users, providing documentation and conversion from an previous system to the new system. ده true not false. خلينا ندخل كده في choose the correct answer. Number 1, outsourcing can be used in many different situations within the information system functions, such as طبعا هتبقى all the above. هتبقى فيها the design, creation of a new website, or upgrade of an ERP system. Number 2, innovators are the first individuals to adopt a new technology. Innovators أول حاجة to adopt a new technology. Number 3, a late majority will adopt an innovation after the average member of the society. These individuals approach an innovation with a high degree of skepticism. طبعا الأسئلة دي من كل الحاجات اللي احنا شرحناها في chapter 2 and chapter 3. Number 4, RAD stands for Rapid Application Development. Number 5, which of these following are valid step in SDLC framework? طبعا هتبقى كلهم system analysis, programming, و system design. The last page. Number 6, which of the following is the first step in SDLC framework? هتبقى preliminary analysis. دي كانت أول خطوة في ال SDLC framework. EAGLE is an iterative approach of software development methodology. Number 8, EAGLE has iterations of 1 to 2 weeks for each change to be completed. Number 9, the characteristics of EAGLE methods include all the above. كانت آخر حاجة أخدناها في chapter 3 EAGLE. 3 خطوات أو الفور خطوات اللي احنا أخدناها. The last question, the RAD methodology consists of requirements planning, maintenance and construction. طبعا هتبقى requirement planning constructions. كده نكون خلصنا chapter 2 and chapter 3 لحد ما دكتور هيثم وقف. راجع سريعة كده على اللي احنا أخدناه. أخدنا chapter 2 أخدنا فيها ال career paths and information system. أخدنا ال information system users, types of users. وأخدنا ال organizing the information system function وال outsourcing. في chapter 3 أخدنا ال information system development. أخدنا فيها ال programming وأخدنا ال system development life cycles. وإيه في ال SDLC ال preliminary analysis و number 2 system analysis. 3 system design, programming, testing, implementation و maintenance. خدنا ال rapid application development. وآخر حاجة أخدنا ال EAGLE methodologies. والأسئلة on chapter 2 and 3. وكده نكون خلصنا. I would really like to thank you for attending this online section and see you next section إن شاء الله. Goodbye.